Hey, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to Upkick MMA, episode 314. I am Brendan. UFC Fight Night, Vicente Luque versus Rafael dos Anjos. This is going to be the prelims. JP Buys versus Marcus McGhee. And the rest of the prelims, we're going to cover them all round by round, go over each fight. If you like that kind of stuff, subscribe to the channel so that way you know the next video is coming out. I'd appreciate it. And I have a lot more stuff, right? I've covered every single UFC fight from the past, 3 years now. So tons of back catalog stuff for you to check out if you're into that. All right, let's get started. Marcus McGhee versus JP Buys. All right, Buys was he landed a low blow, but they keep fighting. Oh, did he though? No, I wrote that, but I don't think that actually happened. They mentioned it, but I don't know. Anyway, McGhee landed a nice 1-2 at one point, and then a right hand from McGhee put Buys down, and it was all over, right? 7-4, not a lot to talk about here. Super fast fight. Focus, camera. Really fast fight, not a lot to talk about, not a lot to break down. McGhee looks pretty good. Compared to that level of competition, he looks pretty good. All right, Terrance McKinney. See how he did here. Terrance McKinney versus Mike Breeden. McKinney coming off a couple losses. It's unfortunate to see him losing to Ismail Bonfim like that and Nazim Sadikov. And he had that loss to Drew Dober, but Eric Gonzalez, why do I not remember that one? I thought he was on he is on a 2-fight losing streak. Anyway, look at the striking numbers here. 30-1. He just put it on him nonstop. McKinney landed a hard left hand to start, pressing forward, looking to land the left high kick. McKinney digged to the body with a left hook and following it up with some hard knees, some more hooks, and then T-Rex gets the finish here. Breeden not able to do anything. Look at the striking numbers there. He landed one strike. One. And an all stand-up fight. One strike. Great job for T-Rex. Francis Marshall versus Dulgarian. Why do I not? Isaac Dulgarian. I didn't write his first name down. Why? Must have missed it during the broadcast. Another one way. They trade low kicks. Dulgarian gets a double leg takedown at 4 minutes and 25 seconds. And then Dulgarian keeps landing ground and pound from the mountain, gets a finish. It was incredible. So he had 4 minutes and 18 seconds of control time in this 4-minute and 48-second fight. So he gets a finish right before the end of the first round, but it was all him the entire time. Man, we are flying through these, huh? I love it when you get finishes. You can break down the fight in like 5 seconds. Josh Parisian versus Martin Buday. Buday landing a right hand, Parisian landing a combo in return, a big right hand from Buday, and Parisian covering up and swinging back. Buday was just the pressure, man. It's just, he looks like he was moving through, Parisian looked like he was moving through water early on, just like slow motion shots. He threw a spinning back fist, was one of the slowest, if not the slowest spinning back fist I've ever seen my entire life. And I wrote down, I was like, this could turn into a real tired, sloppy fest if the fight went on. Luckily, it did not. Buday staying in his face, keeping the clinch and a high output. Buday stuffs the takedown, gets on top, and went for Kimura and got the tap. I'm glad he tapped too, because that Kimura was deep and it looked like it hurt. Woof. Striking numbers 42-26 in favor of Buday, but not a full round to really cover. So, again, nice and fast. Let's move it. Jaqueline Amorim versus Montserrat Conejo Ruiz. I don't want to say all of these names anymore. Not the whole name, anyway. You see all this red down here? For those guys who don't know, or you're looking away, there's these big red bars that represents the striking from Amorim. And then these little tiny blue bars that represent the striking from Ruiz. Do. Oh, it's Jaqueline. Okay. Amorim gets the clinch in the body lock takedown. Amorim working her way to mount, landing some ground and pound. Amorim went for an armbar, a deep one, but loses position and ends up on top again, landing some ground and pound. This first round, it's like normally if you go for an armbar from mount, if you don't do there's a way to do it where you still remain in mount. She didn't go for that. She fell to the side and went for the arm bar, and then she went for an inverted a belly down version of it, and then she didn't get it. Usually you lose position after that, and the other person ends up on top or you reset. She ended up back on top after a couple seconds. Like she just found her way back up there. 4 minutes and 14 seconds of control time for Amorim in this first round. Not even close. 10-8 for sure. 30-1 for striking numbers. Ruiz did nothing. Amorim landing a head kick and then gets on top after a takedown, just eating that head kick, but gets swept. Unreal. She took a head kick. I mean, she had her hands a little bit in the way. Whatever. Took a ton of damage. Amorim took the back again with the body triangle. Another 10-8 round with a ton of ground and pound. 3 minutes and 42 seconds of control time with 43 significant strikes to 2 from Ruiz. Another 10-8 round for me. I had her up 20-16. Ruiz gets the fight down to the ground again, but not doing much. Amorim got the sweep and then got to the back, landed some ground and pounds, and gets the finish. Congratulations for Amorim, really putting it on her, getting the finish here. I want to look at the judges' scorecards just to see if they gave her the 10-8s, because it'll be interesting to see if they got 10-8s here. Junichiro Kamijo and Ron McCarthy both gave the first 2 rounds 10-8 in favor of Amorim, whereas Tony Weeks, 10-9. All right, no one's going to talk about this. No one's going to talk about this because the fight ended, so the scorecards don't really play as big of a factor. But I'll tell you, this is horrible. A 10-9 score on a round like that can really screw over a fight. Because you go all out like that, and you get those 10-8 rounds, and you have 2 judges who see it like Tony Weeks. What happens if it's a 10-8 round in the last round for the other person? Now you have a draw. Unreal. Unreal. Moving on to some fun stuff here. Damon Blacksheer versus Jose Johnson. Kicking battle early. Just a lot of kicks. A lot of kicks. Going back and forth. Here, look. Let's see here. Did it break it down? Kick, punch? No. I forget who does that. I mean, they do it, but they don't put it up here afterwards. Anyway, Damon Blacksheer, 2 of 5, 7-16, like tons of kicks, so many kicks. Both the guys landing a ton of kicks, and they're going back and forth. Blacksheer landed a nice hook and then Johnson landed a stiff right hand counter. Blacksheer getting the takedown at 420, scrambling up, and then gets the back. Right, so he ends up with 2 minutes and 50 seconds of control time. But the only reason he didn't have more is because Blacksheer went for the twister and got the tap. That's right, we had a twister finish. Shout out to Eddie Bravo. This is the 3rd twister finish in UFC history right here. That's incredible. Get into that position. If you've never been in one before, you feel helpless because everything's open, right? You're not being choked. Your arms aren't being cranked on. And you feel fine. You're just like, you're floating on top of the other person. And then they wrap their arms around your head and pull you in, and then they start cranking on it, and you're fine until you're not. It's bad, too. It comes on fast, then all of a sudden, your body feels like it's being twisted, obviously, but it feels like it's going to snap in half. It's bad. Congratulations to Blacksheer getting the twister finish. That's super cool that's happened. The twister finish is awesome to see. Also, because it's a brand, like, in terms of martial arts and how long jiu-jitsu's been around as a sport, as a martial art, or even submissions, right? As submissions go, it's a relatively new one, so it's really cool that it's happened as much as it has. First fight of the card: Juliana Miller versus Luana Santos. A firefight while it lasted, huh? Miller runs across the cage, starts swinging away. The exchange, Santos gets back up. Oh, sorry. They exchange, and Santos backs up, and Miller stays in her face and gets a clinch. Santos lands a big overhand right, and they're along the fence just swinging multiple times. They would just get along the cage and just plant their feet and just pop, 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 pop. Miller shot for a panic takedown, did nothing doing there. Santos lands a stiff jab every time Miller ducks her head to the right. Every time Miller would go like this. She would duck her head, and she would get jabbed immediately. Santos overwhelms her and lands so much. Just they had to stop it. It was a good stoppage, 63-24 for significant strikes. Jason Herzog did a good job here. He gave her plenty of opportunity to fight back, and the second she stopped throwing, he called it. So good judge decision there. That's it. Easy breezy, isn't it? When you have lots of finishes, not only do the fights go fast, but the coverage of the fights goes fast for the most part. Barring controversy, but we didn't have a lot of controversy in these. So, if you guys are looking for the main card, the main event, that's in the last video. If you like this kind of stuff, subscribe to the channel so you know the next video is coming out. Appreciate y'all for stopping by. I hope you guys find something from this weekend that you want to watch. If you watch the Bellator event, I've got all my stuff up there. I do, as much as I want you to go watch my video of my Bellator breakdown. Oh, yeah, I didn't do that on this one. The prelims, they're a watch for sure. Go through and watch these prelims. Like I said, real breezy. You can just fast forward through the commercials, just catch. It's almost like a highlight reel. You can watch a ton of the prelims super fast. Main card, not bad. The main card moved along at a clip. I felt like it was pretty good. Even the main event, which had a lot of grappling and clinch control, I felt like there was enough stuff going on after a decent night that it didn't feel like it dragged along. The Bellator event, skip it. Skip it. As much as I want you to watch it, skip it. The prelims, on the other hand, for the Bellator, they're up on YouTube. Go check them out. Some of them, especially the prelims, the early fights on the prelims were really good for Bellator. Lots of finishes, lots of fun. So go check that stuff out. If you guys just watch this video, hope you guys have an amazing week. Thank you for your time. Love y'all.